Hi friends, it's Molly with Soul School Tarot and Astrology, and I'm here with you guys today with a couple of really short announcements and then a reading for my Aries collective with predictions for 2021. So we're looking at where you're at the end of 2020, where you can expect to be at the end of 2021, and then throw in some advice for how to kind of help you navigate that transition and the year ahead. So, couple quick announcements first. I know that regular viewers of tarot channels don't love it when the reader is constantly switching things up. So that's not my goal. There was some time that I had to take away from reading to really kind of meditate on how I would be moving forward, and all with assistance, of course, from my guides. So I will be doing single zodiac sign collective readings. So we're going back to one for Aries, one for Taurus, one for Gemini, etc. However, I want to constantly reiterate that this is not just for sun sign Aries, moon sign Aries. Like if you have a dominant like Aries dominance in your chart, or if there's a particular planet that is very active in your life right now that is in Aries, or if you have a very busy first house, right? The Aries collective is so large, right? And then, of course, these readings might resonate with people who have nothing to do with Aries at all. So just definitely take the zodiac sign label with a grain of salt. Understand that all of my messages are timeless. Spirit really keeps reminding me that many of us cross the same stream at different points in our journey. Okay? So I'm setting the intention on all of my videos, as always, that they will find who they are for when they are needed, all right? But timelines are thrown out of all of my other readings except for this round right here, where we're taking a peek at what you can expect from 2021. So yes, I do not have my tripod right now, so we're gonna do a round of videos where I'm on screen and my bangs are really tiny. It's just a thing that happens. Let's get into this. All right, you guys. I'm excited about the changes that you're going through in 2021. But I think that they're going to be very uncomfortable. They're very necessary, but they're very uncomfortable. One of the new things I'm doing, you guys, is Spirit wants me to start using channeled writing a lot more. So I do have a channeled message for you guys. This is really cool, actually, because I did this like 30 minutes before I even pulled this reading, and they really line up. So, Aries, 2021. You guys are going to be exploring new ways of moving through the world. New ways of understanding your own power. All right? That power does not always equal force. All right? It is not even just about choosing your battles wisely, but choosing your battle plan wisely. All right? So discernment is a very important word coming up in this reading. All right. Also, the truth about the fact that there is power in stillness. There's power in patience. There's power in walking away. And there's power in your words. All right. So, meaning when you are confronted with a challenge, right? All right, now I'm getting Nietzsche. Nietzsche talks in The Twilight of the Idols about how if all you have in your toolbox is a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. Okay? So you're going to learn how to master an Allen wrench and a screwdriver and a flathead. You're going to get more tools in your toolbox for how to deal with the challenges before you, because they're not all nails. You got some screws in there too. All right. So what you're going through at the end of 2020 is a process of purification. This is my mini sacred destiny oracle. All right. And I love the sunflower. To me, is it's a very powerful energy. All right. It is about confidence. It's about power, but it's about, sunflowers are always facing the sun. They're always facing the light. They're looking at the truth of things. Okay. They're always trying to understand the truth of things. And the truth of things is a very untenable energy in your life right now. Okay, remember I said you're going to be looking at new ways of moving through the world, new ways of understanding your own power. But in order to implement new ways of thinking about something, we have to clear away the old ways of thinking about something. That's what you guys are going through right now as we enter 2021. Okay? And it's an uncomfortable energy. We have you guys appearing as this King of Swords reversed. This is the Revelations Tarot by Zach Wong, and I love it. If you're a reader who does not typically work with reversals, but you would like to, check this out. If the card is upright, it's got one image, and when the card is reversed, you have another. So do you see the difference here? This king, his sight is very, very accurate. He sees and understands what is in front of him. He knows exactly what to do. He is standing firm in his truth. This person is having a hard time seeing what's in front of them because it's being blocked by a truth that they've held for so long. So, force and power, like the idea that the only way to have power in a situation is to exert it forcefully, that may be a belief system that you guys have been holding on to for a long time that is blocking you from seeing other ways of being. All right? So that's the energy that we begin 2020 in. But there's growth in this. All right? The next card to come out is the Two of Swords reversed. And I'm just checking out this image. Wow. They're both walking on tightropes. And one is doing very skillfully, and one looks like they're about to tumble. Okay, so this is the Two of Swords reversed. All right. You've got this sword blocking your view. That's one of the two swords. Two of Swords represents holding on to two different ideas or not knowing which truth to believe. But you cannot sustain holding on to both of them. You're literally, it's like sitting literally on the fence. And they're showing me somebody kind of like teetering back and forth, and also it's a barbed wire fence. So you got to get off the fence, which means this truth that's blocking all of the other truths that are trying to come in for you, you're going to have to either put that down or commit yourself to that one truth. But that one truth is very, very limiting. So that's what this purification is. Spirit's going to bring you some experiences that are going to help you question that. Whatever truth you're just really, really sure of, or whatever truth you've been holding on to for a very, very, very long time, Spirit is going to really start working at the periphery, right? Really start bringing things into your peripheral vision that make you question the truth that you don't want to move your eyes away from. Okay? It's going to be a difficult truth to leave behind, but it's going to lead to your growth. All right? So you've got these two, the thing that you have your eyes set on. This is just the way that you've always seen things for a very, very, very long time. And then you have this other truth that Spirit's trying to bring in through your periphery. Okay. So the holding on to the one truth, they're showing me this King of Swords walking this tightrope. Do you understand that? Imagine if he's walking this tightrope with the one sword in front of him. Spirit's going to come and shake up that string so that he has to avert his gaze to the other truths that are trying to come in. So things are going to, like, for some of you, reality in and of itself is going to feel very, 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 very shaky. And it's because Spirit is trying to get you to avert your gaze from that one truth that you've been, the one way that you've always seen things. And they want you to be able to bring in other ways to see things. And here's how they're going to do it, you guys. this sword that you're holding right here, this one truth that you've been focused on. Let me see this. It's going to fail you. You're going to be presented with a situation in which that tool, your hammer, like Spirit's like, here, take a screwdriver, try a drill, try any other tool to get through what is in front of you. And you're like, nope, I got my hammer. I really like my hammer. And they're going to bring you something that a hammer cannot deal with. You're going to be forced. You're going to be, look at this. This Knight of Swords looks like he's being knocked off of his horse. Okay? And a Knight of Swords reverse can often mean, like what this guy's going through, a refusal to see new information that's being presented to you. And the fact that this is a Knight of Swords, but the coloration makes me feel like it should be a Knight of Wands. Because it's so fiery. And what that means to me, it's a purification of your solar plexus. That's what this means to me. Because the sunflower represents the solar plexus to me. Make sure it's okay. And the sun represents like this really healthy notion of self, but also seeing the truth that exists, not just the truth that you've been programmed, right? You've been programmed to believe that hammer was the only tool. Okay? And that's not the truth. Look at this scared little vortex, right? That's not a place you want to get sucked into. But what is making it so hard for you to put that down, this sword/hammer down, is that you've come to identify with it. You've come to identify with it, and you've convinced yourself that putting that sword down is antithetical to who you are as a person. You're like, well, I would just never do that. I identify with this hammer. I am a hammer wielder. I am Thor. And Spirit's like, you know what? Like, you can actually be like Loki too. You know? I don't even know. I hope they're the same pantheon. Spirit is saying that there is a flow. There's somewhere that they want to carry you. But where you're going, you're going to need more tools. So they're going to have to, like, you have your commitment to this one truth. They're going to present you with a situation in which, 1313 was just on the clock. That's the death card. Where it's time to transform, because this tool will no longer work. And by stripping yourself of that tool, this Three of Swords is sacrifice. Okay? It's going to, oh my God, do you see how that sword is coming right out of the solar plexus? It's going to strip you of your ego, of a certain part of your ego. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't believe in ego death. I don't even like the term ego death. It's ego transformation. And you know what comes right after number 13? 14, temperance, integration. Okay? So you learn to release certain ego attachments so that you can grow. So you can take those lessons and integrate them moving forward. But it is painful to free yourself from them. But do you see how this sword is coming out of the solar plexus? That means that whatever sword you've been holding on to for too long, it has been blocking you from showing up authentically in the world. In other words, you are a sunflower who has been turned away from the sun. And Spirit wants to turn you right back around to where you're facing the sun again. I like that. It's actually, like I said, it could be a little scary. But it's a really, really beautiful, positive energy. I got to that point because they're all swords. I got to that part in the reading and I was like, oof, I get it. Is there another message? And I wasn't really sure if one would come out. Now all this information is coming in about this card and I can't wait to unpack it with you guys. It's the Empress. Upright. Okay? The Empress is the gardener. She has this lush, beautiful, fertile garden. And it's all about growth and prosperity. Okay? Purification, if you look at this, it looks like there's rain on the camera, right? This whole tightrope walk is a process of purification. It's trying to remove a certain pattern of thinking that is blocking you from expressing yourself authentically in the world and blocking you from flourishing. Okay, so remember I said on the bottom of each card we have an image which shows the reverse. The reverse energy, look at all that purple. All this scary, kind of dark, shadowy stuff, right? This is, by the way, the 2 and the 3 of Swords. So confusion and loss and heartache. But those are necessary in order to purify your garden. It's a weeding process, okay? Because once the Empress is upright, look at that beautiful yellow glow. That's this new sense. It's like when you strip away that old sense of who you are, you get a new one. That's so much more beautiful and pure and true. Okay? It's gonna be a year. Okay, we're going to end with one more oracle card, and then I'm going to go over to the extended, and we're going to use my Morgan Greer deck to talk about the best way to navigate through these energies. So if you feel like this reading makes sense to you, if it's resonating with you, definitely hit that like button before you go. Leave me a comment and feel free to follow me over to the extended video below. It's definitely going to be on Vimeo, maybe Patreon. At the time that I'm making this video, I don't have that set up yet, but just check out the links below if you want to follow me into the extended. Because here's the energy that you're going to be at the end. I got you. Thank you, Spirit. At the end of 2021. Are you ready for it? Healing chaos. Now, Spirit's letting me know that at the end of 2021, you're actually going to be the butterflies flying out of this tornado. Okay, tornadoes are caused, it's wind, and wind it's of the air element, just like all these swords are. It has to do with thoughts. All right, so Spirit's going to come in and shake up the way that you've been thinking about things, and it's going to cause some destruction, but it's all very healing. This Empress is a self-healing energy. She's healed and she is abundant and she is fertile and she is growing because she has cut out of her life the things that have prevented that healing. All right. So that's kind of an intense picture, but these butterflies flying out of the storm, that's going to be you at the end of 2021. So it's going to be a journey. Let's hop over to the extended to see how you can make it through. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today, and I'll see you back on my channel again soon.